Hey, Patreon, it's Matt with Lips Reptiles, and I always say, breed what you want, right? Breed for the things you want, but that does present a problem. And I'll give you an example, and that is right here. This is a perfect example of what I mean. When you breed for what you want, I bred this. I wanted this. I got it! Hell yeah! Calliope, super excited. Believe it or not, that almost made the favorite list too. But now I kept it because I wanted it. And I look at it and I go, okay, what the hell do I do with you? Like, I don't know what to add to it to make it better. I don't know. So that's one thing is when you get into those projects, sometimes you're going to have to think, what am I going to do with that snake? And I'll come up with something. I mean, I could breed a normal to that for truth and have animals I really like. We won't do that, obviously. We may push some recessive into it or something of that nature. But when you hit the end of a project, even if it's a small, like that was a small project, but you kind of get this, okay, I hit it, I got the snake I wanted, yeah. Now what? So I'll have to figure out something with that. Kurt's over there screaming at me right now. I can see it in his head. He's not saying it. How about we add Inchy? We could add Inchy to that, right? Let's put some Inchy to it. And he may be right. Maybe we put Inchy to that. I don't know. That could happen. But let's go over some of these other ones, what our plans are with them. Because one thing to know the holdbacks, something to know what we're going to do. GHI Mojave? I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet either. Probably just use it to make more GHI Mojaves and maybe some super GHI Mojaves. Maybe add in some brightening genes to go for some GHI Mojave Pastel, some GHI Mojave Lessers. No, not GHI Mojave Lessers. You wouldn't be able to tell what it is.
Could you put black pastel to it?
I could put black pastel to it. I mean, there's some things I can play with on that. I think maybe banana would be really cool to see what it does those colors. And it may end up looking like shit. Not real sure. So there's some things I can do there. Calico Blitz, maybe? I don't know. To see what's going to happen with that. But that was also kind of the end of a project where I didn't have a next step. So then you come down to the Champagne Inchy, and that was really a peace offering to Kurt. Just like I said it was. I just wanted to have one champagne that Kurt didn't hate. So that was the end of a project. But not everything is the end. A lot of it's kind of the beginning and the middle. The Super Pastel Xanthic male. I wanted to make one of those so I could go to the Firefly Yellow Belly. Or it's at least Fire Yellow Belly. Yeah, at least Pastel Yellow Belly. I don't know if Fire's in there or not for sure. But by taking that to it, we're going to get some Super Pastel Yellow Bellies, some of those kind of things that'll all have Xanthic. Because this is head Xanthic. That's 100%. So half the baby should be Xanthic. The other half will be head Xanthic. And you can get some really neat stuff. We also have the Pastel Fire, the Yellow Belly Fire, head Xanthic right here. You are a good looking snake today too. You just shut out. Let me show you that one. And this is where you can kind of see the difference. You see it doesn't have near the flaming that the Fire I showed you does. Nor does it have the same head stamp. A little bit of a head stamp. But that is a Yellow Belly Fire. Right? Yes. But that one's definitely got Fire. What I mean is that other one has more flaming. There's a head stamp, but look at the color. Much brighter than a traditional Yellow Belly, especially in this back end. As that thing is aged, you could really see the Fire come in. And this is 100% head Xanthic. So when we put the Super Pastel Xanthic to it, this is where you're going to get your Fireflies and your Firefly Yellow Bellies all Xanthic. And the odds aren't that bad because Pastel's passing on. And you got half the baby should be visual Xanthic. So really you got about a 1 in 4 to Firefly Xanthic. And that is going to be an awesome snake. So like this snake we made, I think, last year, and that Super Pastel Xanthic we made this year, they're pieces to a puzzle. They're not the end of the project. So on those kind of animals, you're excited the whole way through because you're like ready to go to that next step. It's been this ongoing process to get what you want to get out of that gene. And we're almost there. You can see this girl's got a good size. I'm hoping next season she's ready to go. And I think she will be. I don't think she is this season. I'm going to take this out really quick, Kurt, while I'm talking clean because she shed and she pooped is what she did. We've been gone for Thanksgiving, and they do not mind wrecking their tub while we're gone. We literally just got home today from our Thanksgiving trip. Boop. So maintenance happens, right?
So I have a Thanksgiving question.
Go for it.
Are we going to feed any of our snakes a turkey?
Yes. No, we're not. No turkey for the snakes, Kurt. I mean, if I have a bigger snake, I might consider it. I would probably film it, though, and then I'd get in trouble with YouTube and it'd just be a shit show. So I probably shouldn't. So I guess I'm getting at some of those snakes being part of a project. You stay more excited about that project as it's moving on. When you hit it, it's kind of like, hey, I got that goal. Check it off my list. Then you got to come up with a new goal to work with it. So there's a lot of thought of what am I going to do in a few years. You know, the GHI female, that wasn't the end. I want super GHIs. I want more GHI Mojaves. I want those things. The albino, that was more to keep it because the oddity. But I can always make more albinos. I'm also going to put the snow stuff to it to see if it is het exanthic. Because if it is, it gets us a step closer. So there's things I can do with a lot of those. Obviously the fire yellow belly het pied to make pumpkin pies for Question Girl. That's the whole point of that. And then what else do we have, Kurt? Is that about it? Am I missing any? Oh, the pied, straight pied. It's because I want to make more pied. And I also need more female pieds. So I want to make straight pieds every year. But I also want to take one of my female pieds and run other males through there to get stuff that's het pied so I can work on making, you know, pied combos. But I don't want to make pied combos and are in the process of it stop making visual pieds. So this will give us 3 visual pieds eventually and allow me to do some really cool stuff to add to that list. I think that's about all those animals. So I guess my point of being is this. Breed what you want to make, but then you always got to have a next step you're looking at. Because otherwise, when you hit it, like prime example is Zeus here. You know, when I hit Zeus, this was pretty much the goal. I didn't want to do killer bees, I knew that. But it's after I hit the killer bee, what do I do? You know, am I just done? Or do I do something different? Well, no, I'll keep making more, and I'll start adding the fire through there. And I thought, man, I really want to do a firefly, you know, fire superfly, basically, spider exanthic. So there's things that I really want to do with it and bring in. We might use these to bring it into the pied gene as well and do lightning pieds eventually. So there's all kinds of stuff you start thinking of. So be prepared to keep making new goals because you'll hit your goals. And what you don't want to happen is to hit your goals and lose your passion. But that can. It's like anything. If you say, I'm going to do this, and once you do it, what do you do next? So you're always going to have to be setting new goals and raising that bar and finding new things that you want in order to keep your passion going in this hobby. Or one day you will hit your plateau and just go, hey, I got what I wanted. And then you kind of get stagnant. Don't get stagnant. Always push forward. All right, Kurt, anything you want to add?
Yeah, what's your plans with the ghost lesser?
Oh, I didn't show that one, did I? You busted me out on that. Well, the ghost lesser spider is possible het exanthic as well. So we might run some true ghost stuff to it. Also, I just like ghosts. So I'd like to bring in some other genes into the ghost. That one, in all honesty, will probably end up being, for lack of a better term, a sperm dumpster. And what I mean by that is, I know if I breed a visual ghost male with some genes to it, I'm going to get a lot of really cool ghost combos. And that'll always probably end up being a snake that makes sales fodder. Makes stuff that we're going to sell to keep the business going. Unless I find something I really want to push more into ghosts. I do want to add pastel to it for sure. To make some pastel ghosts. They're really cool. And then, of course, some bee ghosts are really cool. And some of those things. We can already get the spider ghost out of that. The lesser ghost. 2 snakes I really, really like. So there's some cool stuff we can do with that. What is your plan with it, Kurt? You can change my plan. You don't have to let it be a sperm dumpster.
Add some Inchy and Orange Dream to it.
Inchy and Orange Dream, fine. We can do that too. There's nothing that stops us from doing that. As a matter of fact, we got the Orange Dream male growing up. So if you want to add that to it, we can. But first step will probably be trying to find out if it's true ghost. But there's a problem with that. What's the problem? We're going to test Kurt's knowledge of the snakes we own.
That the only male, or that the male that we have is spider.
That's right. So is the female, so I can't actually even use it for that unless I hit a true ghost. Now, if I hit a visual true ghost, I will likely put that visual true ghost to that snake as long as the visual true ghost isn't a spider. And the reason is it'll prove that out one way or the other, most likely. And it could give us some really kick-ass combos if it proved to be true or het true ghost. So that would be some possibilities too. All right, that's all I got, unless Kurt's got anything he wants to add.
Yeah, what's the whole deal with True Ghost and Ghost?
Oh, that is a damn good question. Here's the thing. People in the ball python world completely... We fucked this one up, guys. We did. I love ball pythons, and I'm definitely in the ball python world, but we screwed the pooch on this one. And what I mean is, in any other snake, if you start dealing with corns or anything else, ghost is it's a double recessive. And what it is it's a hypomelanistic snake and it's an axanthic snake. Those two together they call ghost. Well, somebody here got a hypomelanistic snake and called just a hypo ghost. So ghost stuck to hypomelanistic. So when people made a hypomelanistic axanthic in ball pythons, you can't just call it ghost because the people think it's just hypomelanistic and it's confusing. So they called it true ghost, like it's what ghost was supposed to be. This is a true form of ghost. It's a hypomelanistic axanthic, which made it still just as confusing, but that's what you get. So it came down to whoever named that first hypomelanistic in ball pythons as ghost, and either they didn't realize that it wasn't a hypomelanistic axanthic, or they just thought that was a cool name and went with it. I don't know. I'm going to name the next one Cupcake. Everybody loves cupcakes, but that's where the confusion comes in. And that's one of the problems in this market with naming stuff the way we do, is it becomes very, very confusing. But that one was definitely a faux pas. It's because everything else in the reptile, it should have followed the normal reptile industry. We should have just called it hypo. Then you could have had hypo and you could have had ghost. It'd have been done and there'd have been no confusion. If somebody coming from corns, when you say hypo, they know. When you say ghost, they know. And now it confuses the hell out of everybody. So that's why. So anyway, that's all I got on that. Kurt, anything you want to add?
Nope.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.